Okay, here we have another radical equation, and this is perhaps the ugliest case that you'll ever get when you have two radicals appearing in one equation. Now the steps are pretty much the same. You're going to isolate a radical to begin the problem, but since we have two radicals, you have to kind of choose which one do you want to isolate first. So I'm going to just leave this one here and move this radical to the other side. So I have square root of x equals 1 plus the square root of x minus 5. And I did that by adding square root of x minus 5 to both sides of the equation. Now we can square both sides. When we square the left side, we just get this. But this is the kind of tricky part. When you square the right-hand side, you have to square the entire thing. So you can't just square each one. You're actually going to have to expand this out. Let me show you how that works. Now the left side's easy. It just becomes x. But the right side is 1 plus the square root of x minus 5 times 1 minus the square root of x minus 5. I'm sorry, I should say plus. That was a plus there. So this times itself. That's what happens when you square it. Now let's expand. This times this, so 1 times 1 gives us 1. 1 times the square root of x minus 5 gives us just the square root of x minus 5. And then the square root of x minus 5 times 1 gives us another one of those. And then the square root of x minus 5 times the square root of x minus 5, because there's two of them being multiplied, the square root will go away, and we'll just be left with x minus 5. Now remember, that's because when you do square root of x minus 5 times square root of x minus 5, that's the same as square root of x minus 5 squared, so the root goes away, so that's why we have this. Now on the left side we still have x, so I'll leave that there, x, and now 1 plus, now if you have two of these guys, right, you have one of them, there's another one, that means you're going to have two of those square root of x minus 5s. Then at the end you still have plus x minus 5. Okay, unfortunately now what we're going to need to do is solve this, and this is actually a radical equation, so we're kind of back at the first step again. We have a radical inside of an equation. So let me clean this up a little bit first. I'm going to do the 1 take away 5, that's going to be minus 4. So the left side's still x. I have, I'll say 2 square root of x minus 5. That's this, plus x, and then minus 4, and again that came from 1 minus 5. Now let me get this root isolated on one side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I'm going to add 4. So I'm going to subtract x, I'm going to add 4. The x's here go away, the x's here go away, the 4's go away. So on the left side all I have is 4. On the right side 2 square root x minus 5. Okay, we're getting close. Now what we want to do is we want to get rid of this 2 that's being multiplied times the root. So we'll divide both sides by 2, not subtract, divide. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. The 2 will go away here. I'll just have square root of x minus 5. And now we get to do what? Get rid of the root, so we square both sides. So I'm going to square the left, square the right. Square the left, square the right. So I square the left side, I square the right side. This over here becomes 4. This side, remember the squaring the square root makes it go away. So I'm left with just x minus 5. And now just add 5 to both sides, and you get your solution. This side is 9, this side is just x, so x is equal to 9. Now of course you need to take that answer, you need to go back to the original equation, plug it in, and check it.